Welcome to Barstool Bench Mob, presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer. We are here today joined with Reags. He's pretty much a college basketball encyclopedia. I'm pretty fucked for this episode because let me tell you what you're going to get out of this episode. A lot of information. Everyone's like, we're not going to listen to Rico. We're not going to listen to Marty. They don't know shit about name 3 players on Gonzaga, Marty. Now you're going to have everything. You're going to have fucking Bryant's 7th player known from Reags over there and Jake. So thank you for joining us.
Jake there. Yeah,
no Jake's always on the podcast, so he knows. You know how it is. Marty doesn't know shit, even though I do know everything pretty much. It seems like it.
I don't know. You know Auburn.
Yeah. Who saw Auburn being the best?
You. I just said you know Auburn.
Yeah, that's what
the list ends there.
We'll talk about. We'll get into that. The list doesn't end there, you scumbag.
I can't believe it took you a while for that one.
But
it feels a little hijacking to have me on after that now.
Yeah.
I feel like you set that up perfectly to bring me on after Auburn, Kentucky. Couldn't be Kentucky, Tennessee.
It actually couldn't be more perfect of a time for you to come on for my sake because and the funny. We'll get into the episode in a second, but the funniest thing about Reags is that you are the same exact fan as me with Duke, and Kentucky. It's like everyone hates your team.
Well, I went there.
Yeah, no, I did too.
Yeah.
I did too.
I went roasted early on.
You didn't think I thought he was gonna say that, yeah. But I'm saying I went there for a half a credit.
Hey.
Half a credit online. Half a credit online, just so I could tell people I went there. But everyone hates your team.
Yeah,
everyone hates my team, but we both complain like we're literally like Wake Forest.
We act like mid-majors.
Yeah,
it's like this is ridiculous. Like there's a vendetta. But it's funny because it is. Kentucky and Duke are by far the two most polarizing teams and fan bases in the sport. Yet every fucking time a game comes on, me and you are like, nope, this is it. This is the end. We've seen enough. Yeah. Send it home.
And the refs are always against us too. But
I mean, that's been the case for years. Yeah. For years, yeah.
But all right, let's get into today's episode.
And here we go.
All right, before we get into today's episode, I want to talk to you about High Noon Hard Seltzer. It's also not talked about enough that Rico really did throw a High Noon can. It's not talked about enough that it's
not with us right now.
It's like his favorite podcast. His favorite thing he does is
he's a starting five.
Is sponsored by the thing that got him suspended. So shout out High Noon because they have great quality cans. Didn't blow up when it was thrown, but in actual sense of talking, High Noon. I have it every weekend. I go to Green Rock. I brought Chase Rice. What do you want? A bucket of High Noons. That's what he wanted. And it's real vodka. It's real juice. It is. That was just a subtle brag in the middle of that, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the best of the best. Reags, you a High Noon guy?
Love it. I would say my brag is when Glenny was in Cincinnati, me and him went out and just destroyed some High Noons.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean I had a High Noons yesterday during the Kentucky Auburn game. It's the perfect
It's an easy
It's the
drink
perfect
to have.
I'm gonna have a couple. Yeah.
Yeah, especially during college basketball, it's the most easy thing to have. So go get your High Noon Hard Seltzer out there. I saw a couple of you tweeted at us this week with your setup, so keep doing that. We'll retweet them. But yeah, shout out High Noon Hard Seltzer. I think we have to start with Kentucky.
Yeah, it was the game of the weekend, entering the weekend. Kind of lived up to the hype. We'll dive into the details right now. Number 2, Auburn, 80. Number 12, Kentucky, 71.
I think it definitely did. I know tie, but I still think it did.
Oh, see, I go opposite. I don't think it did at all.
Well, you lost.
No, because it was you lose tie. The entire game, when tie went out, everyone just went, well, was that really that wasn't the real Kentucky?
All right. So yeah, we're getting straight into it. I'm gonna get straight into it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go straight into it, Reags.
Marty, Auburn guy since day one this season. Reags, diehard Kentucky fan and alma mater. So they're gonna have the most opposite sides to this debate. Game of the weekend, entering it. Marty says it lived up to it. Reags said it did not. So I'm the judge here. You guys are the
all right.
The two sides.
I will take everything away. Stick away. The atmosphere was awesome. fact.
That's impossible to disagree with.
Yeah, that was insane.
Impossible to disagree with.
They were going on a crazy run. What was it, 25-11 at one point with Ty in the beginning? It was something like they were up pretty big.
They were up double digits. When he got hurt, Kentucky was up 9.
Yes, up 9. I mean, he's been also hitting his stride in the past couple of games too. Like he wasn't that good in the beginning. Like he was kind of taking his time, and once he got his secret juice, he started to play a lot better. I would be an asshole to deny that Kentucky was kind of dominating the game with Ty. He goes down.
They were a pretty heavy live favorite. They were favored by 4 or 5 points, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He goes down, and it honestly didn't completely change right away. I thought it was going to, but it wasn't because Kentucky was in that game up until 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Once Jabari Smith hit that unbelievable jumper with two people in front of him, they were pretty much in it.
Rebound.
Yeah.
Well, what it was then was when Wheeler got hurt and went out for 4.5, 5 minutes of game time. Yeah. That's when Auburn pushed the lead up to double digits, and it just went okay. Kentucky might make a run, but it's going to be Auburn up 4-6 the entire game.
I also want to bring something up too. When I saw some of your tweets about Oscar. I won't say his last name.
Shibwe. It's pretty easy.
Shibwe.
Oh, it's just Shibwe?
Shibwe.
Stupid fuck.
It's impossible to spell.
The fact that it starts with a T, no?
Yeah.
TS.
Because I literally yell in I'm like, Tashibwe every time.
No, it's easy. You got this.
No, now it's Shibwe, but it should be Tashibwe.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you know what? You brought up a good point where it's so funny. Like, fans only look at offensive things. They do not understand that you have to play defense, because Shibwe was getting dummied by Kessler, dummied on the defensive end.
Everything, yeah.
And everyone's like, well, he played a great game. Like, he played pretty well on offense, sure. But, I
don't think he was that good offensively.
Gets rebounds, he gets a lot of rebounds.
He's awesome with that.
Yeah. And
but he had 16 points on 12 shots.
16
that's not
14,
good for a post guy.
Yeah, but people just can't see the other side of it. I thought it was funny because I sometimes do. I'm like, he played great, but he's just a fucking lawn chair on defense.
Auburn's and Shibwe's been really good defensively this year, but Auburn's entire game plan the second half was put Oscar in the pick and roll and just throw a lob if he hedges or shoot. And if that didn't work, they would just swing the ball to whoever Davion Mintz was guarding and just go, all right, ISO, go get a bucket.
Yep.
That's all they did. It wasn't, credit to them because it worked, but it wasn't anything super ridiculous or super creative. But yeah, it's back to the hype thing. The atmosphere, 100%. That was one of the best atmospheres we'll see in college basketball the entire year. And credit to Bruce Pearl for that shit, because Auburn did not have that before he was there.
Not at all.
But I don't know, could you say it lived up to the hype when you have a team that's firing on all cylinders with their best player gets hurt with 21 minutes left in there, 31 minutes left in the game?
I think you can. I think when you're going to be the number one team in the country for the first time ever in your lives, and you win by 9 and cover -4, and prove someone how right they are. It
that's your bias
up to
showing. I don't think anyone agrees with you that the game lived up to the hype.
Oh, I don't care.
If it was that way with Ty and everyone healthy and going off, then yeah, I'd be like, okay.
You don't think I know that Ty? I'm like, yeah, great. I don't give a fuck. Great hype for me. But yeah, I wish.
Well, obviously, if you're on Auburn.
Obviously, I want to see everyone at full strength. I want to see the best of the best play. It's even when Duke just lost to Florida State, Keels gets hurt with 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
It changes everything. I understand that. But yeah, I want it's gonna happen. They play one more time, correct?
No, it's bullshit.
Oh, they only
play once.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
It's so stupid. That was what I was complaining about in my blog. I was I said go Blue Mountain State style, the end of Blue Mountain State where they just play the title game in the fields,
the cornfields.
Yeah, just get fucking Bruce Pearl and Cal on the line and go play outside somewhere. I don't care.
Damn, I didn't know it was.
You'll see them the day before Selection Sunday, I think.
SEC title game.
Yeah.
Day of selection. It is Selection Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Duh. That's the Big East.
I don't even give a fuck because I have a future. I thought the future was to win. You have to win the tournament.
It's regular season.
It's regular season. I have Auburn plus.
You have the regular season
plus 700 regular season.
Yeah, that's
and that was pretty much the win right there, kind of. Like they already
got the road win.
Yeah, because there's no tiebreaker.
Like
they're not gonna they have the tiebreaker.
Yeah, they have the tiebreaker, and Kentucky's gonna.
They can't split.
Alabama's lost 3 games already. LSU's just lost 3 games. Like
Tennessee's not that good. Like they should roll with Tennessee.
Are you panicking at all, Reags? In terms of it seems like besides North Carolina, they haven't really won a big game. Tennessee.
I mean, they beat Tennessee by 100.
Yeah,
well, you did just say
Tennessee can't win a game on the road, though.
But I mean, like, I don't think Tennessee is good. But like, there'll always be a top 20, whatever metric you look at. Like, they're always gonna win.
But like Duke, weight. Obviously Notre Dame was tough at LSU and at Auburn. Are you worried about
the LSU
road
and Auburn
woes?
ones? No, because like LSU and Auburn, like they lost Wheeler and Washington that game too, and it came down to the last minute. Auburn, they lose Washington and Wheeler for a few minutes. Comes down to the last 3 minutes of the game, 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
So, and the weird thing is Kentucky still has so many chances. They go to Kansas on Saturday. They still go to Alabama. They still go to Florida. They still go to Tennessee.
Yeah, that's just
because
the SEC
loaded
is
schedule.
It's pretty much a gauntlet. But
right.
But with Ty, have they came out with like what they think?
They said
no. I saw something today
daily,
that said it wasn't
day to day.
Yeah,
so he's fine.
So it should be fine long term. Like maybe.
And then Zagoria today tweeted out that there was his report was no serious damage.
Yeah, that's what I just saw.
Doesn't seem like you got a big win, Reags. Seems like you guys are pretty pussy when it comes to big games.
I am not worried about this team at all. Like, I'm just not. Like, they just get hurt. Which, like, I'm worried about that.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
I'm worried about that. Like, I'm worried that Ty Washington's going to, like, break his ankle every single time.
Let me tell you, one of my players loses 7 pounds a game of sweat. So I am worried about that.
I'm still calling bullshit on that. Nobody loses 7 pounds during a basketball
that was crazy. But yeah, Kentucky, they have a pretty tough road stretch too. All of their road games left are pretty much against tournament teams. At Kansas, at Bama, at South Carolina, at Tennessee, at Arkansas, at Florida. Those are the road games. So really,
and it's like that's the thing. That's why I'm not worried yet, because there is so much time left for Kentucky. Like, if they end up losing a lot of those, then yeah. But like, the goal was always they have Auburn, Kansas, and Alabama in the week and a half stretch.
Yeah.
If they go 2 weeks. If they win 2 there, they're fine.
You're at Kansas?
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, they're at Kansas on Saturday.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that, guys. Like, we couldn't get 1 game at home in this stretch.
Yeah, and I heard Calipari complaining after the Texas A&M game.
A&M game.
He's like, oh, we got to get on the plane, get home at 3 in the morning, and then 1 day of practice, and we're back at it.
Yeah, he was like, they give us the 9:30 game out in their 8:30 game at A&M, and then the noon or the 1 p.m. game at CBS on Auburn. But like, I don't know. Like, my takeaway from the Auburn Kentucky game is the same as what it was going in. Like, these are 2 of the 5 or 6 best teams in the country.
Yeah,
nothing changed from there.
Look, I think tier 1 for SEC is these 2 teams, right?
I'm not gonna agree with you on that, because you had a very dumb tweet, Reags.
Very correct tweet.
There was one team. We'll get into it after this game, because I'd like to. I don't agree, but I'd love to hear it. But with Auburn, bro, they are like, Smith obviously is the number 1 pick. Like, he's unbelievable.
So good.
We know that. He didn't even have like a crazy impact. Like, what people don't see his defense too is a huge impact. But like, at the end of the game is when he took over. But Kessler, like, they have so many guys that can take over. Is what I'm trying to get at. Kessler played.
They just get so hot.
Like, Kessler played well.
Green and Katie Johnson,
and Green came off the bench. Like, and they're just so long and big. Like, they remind me of like the old Florida States, where they're always fucking really athletic and just long. But because like when you have those small guards always go like trying to go in like drive it, they're getting blocked half the time.
Right. And like, I don't know. Did you think it was weird how Auburn celebrated afterward? I thought they won the national title. Like, they had players shirtless. They were dancing around.
This is their biggest home win probably ever, right?
I think it was literally just because they're going to be number 1, honestly.
But I don't agree. I mean, they probably will.
Yeah, because Jesse Newell. How about that sign in the student section?
Bro, I did see that.
That scumbag didn't.
Is that good enough, Jesse?
I'm gonna. Is he have his DMs open? Because I'd love for that scumbag to come on right now.
There's no way he has that open after.
It's open. I'm DMing him right now.
Do you think he's gonna have them higher than 9?
If he understood content,
he would drop them.
He should drop them. Drop them to 10. Yeah. Be like, no, well, Tati was hurt and like that. I got to.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
All right.
Like if he had an ounce of funny, that's what he would do.
Jesse Newell has a DM right now in his DM, so to come on Barstool Bench Bob, I would love to dummy this nerd right now, or he'll somehow turn around.
I just don't know how you like watch Auburn and be like, that's the 9th best team in the country.
Did you see though what he said? They have the best resume. In his little fucking explaining, he's like, they have the best resume.
He said, but the 8 teams ahead of them would be favored over them on a neutral court. That was his reasoning.
That's not true, though.
No, that's not true. It's not true at all,
like,
dude.
He had what? Did he have Houston above him? Like, they'd be favored over Houston.
I don't know. I just remember he also had Wisconsin at 23 last week.
I mean, it's just counterproductive to like what he's arguing. Like, I don't think Wisconsin's that good, but if you go by resume, then yeah, they should get higher than 23.
Yeah,
he like copies Ken Pom and then tries to like twist it and stuff. It's weird.
Are you a Ken Pom guy?
Of course, I think you're the only one who's not a Ken Pom guy. Marty is too much of a nerd for Marty.
It's not even too much of a nerd. He's so stupid with some of the things he does too, and you guys all
no.
The
Michigan thing is crazy.
The Michigan was insane.
Michigan's like still top 30 or something.
Well, it's just all because they lose. Like, it's based on like, who they play and like. They were losing close as opposed to just getting like worked every time, right? Like they'll probably jump up after beating Indiana, where they had now.
Yeah, no, they're at 24 now. That's crazy. They're 9-7.
Yeah,
literally like that. Indiana's their best win.
Yeah, I'm looking like San Diego State's carrying a lot of weight. That's 35. Like that's the same as Indiana.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, so that's that game. Reags isn't too worried about Kentucky. Auburn most likely will be the number 1 team in the country.
And it's bullshit. I want a second game with Auburn before the SEC tournament.
Yeah.
Like, I blogged it. If they had a sense of integrity at that program, they would schedule it right now. Call Greg Sankey in the SEC office and do it.
That would be awesome. Let's keep it in the SEC. Tennessee, number 24, Tennessee 64, number 13, LSU 50. So a big win for the Volunteers, but personally, I'm still not in on them until they can win a big road game because – we just analyzed your team's schedule on the road. You're like, you're not worried. This team lays an egg every time they're on the road, but this one was at home.
They're so bad offensively. Like, that's why I just don't trust them because of that. Like, I don't know what is going on with Rick Barnes. Like, I thought he was a good coach, but he gets he's getting big-time recruits out, and they just stink when they go there. Like, Kennedy Chandler's fine, but, like, their offense is so bad. You think they can shoot the ball?
No. I think the Fulkerson thing is.
I love that they fucking
pulled him.
Twats on the bench.
Yeah,
he's the fact that he's A, still there, and B, just like after everyone like was going nuts for him and suck him off like last year and the year before. He sucks now. Like, he's just not good.
$300 he wanted to come on.
I know.
300.
I respect the move from him though. Like, bro, you're John Fulkerson.
You're a bench player now.
Right, like
ever since you asked, you're on the bench.
You're known for being an old, goofy, white-looking kid from Tennessee.
So the question I say to both of you is LSU, 3 games in a row they've lost. And every time people keep saying, well, wait till Pinson comes back.
Yeah.
But, like, how long till he comes back? Or are you worried about LSU?
I think when he comes back, they can contend for the top.
But they keep saying that, and you actually don't really know how he's going to be when he comes back. You know, like it's been a while. It's not like it's a injury that's.
They have
just
a very favorable schedule coming up.
Well, yeah, they just lost everyone that they.
I know, but just to right the ship and getting confidence and momentum heading into March.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
They could also lose to TCU on Saturday.
Yeah, TCU. We'll get to them in a little bit too. Like Texas A&M and TCU, those are their next 2 games. You look at those 2 teams beginning of the season, you're like W.
Right, automatic.
It's like, okay, Jamie Dixon and Buzz Williams just have some life into their programs.
So I think LSU's a little bit like Tennessee too. Like, I just don't trust LSU offensively.
No,
they just rely
number
so much on
132.
defense.
Yeah. 132 on offense, number 1 on defense.
Bad.
And it's not like they fly around. It's not like they like slow it down and just can't do anything. They just can't score.
Yeah.
They need turnovers. And if you play them and you don't turn it over, they're going to lose every game. Pinson back or not.
Right. No, 100%. For Tennessee, Vescovy, he's been good. Kennedy Chandler, 9 points, but he's a 5-star. He'll be like,
yeah.
I think it'll be fine. Like,
what do you mean you'll be fine?
You gotta win.
Fucking figure it out.
I thought about nitpicking him in a win at home against the ranked team.
You
I'm like,
should
all right, give
nitpick
him a
him.
free pass for 9 points. Like,
points is dog shit. You're a 5-star. Score 10 points at least.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking like his stat line's whatever. Like Vandy, he went 13. Kentucky at 17, but 3 turnovers. Like he's kind of he's fine. Like that's
right.
What
He's not making the impact
fine.
Jabari Smith is making as an
Right.
SEC freshman.
Should.
But that's a Rick Barnes thing too. Like look at all the 5-stars he's had go through there recently. None of them live up to the hype.
No, they're always it's always hype though. Always hype
a
with
ton of
Tennessee.
hype.
It's every
Ton of
single
hype.
time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're like the 3rd tier in the SEC now.
I
I think like
Third.
Auburn, Kentucky tier 1, like LSU by themselves, maybe Bama. I put Bama in tier 2, then Tennessee tier 3.
Arkansas creeping up for you?
Arkansas is.
Arkansas has a chance to get into tier. Yeah,
Putting
they're
a
like on
little
the same
together.
level there.
They need
They're
to
starting
have who do they have next? That's
I know they have West Virginia on Saturday.
Arkansas. I think has a very very tough schedule coming up.
No.
No.
Ole Miss, West Virginia, Georgia, Mississippi State, and then Auburn, Alabama.
Yeah, they got.
They can go on a roll.
And they get West Virginia and Mississippi State at home. Like
Yes. And then at
you
Ole
get
Miss
those
and
two,
Georgia.
and you get the win at Georgia, and you
Right.
get out of Ole Miss with the win. You get 4 in a row, all of a sudden you're 8-3 in the conference.
And as we just mentioned, they beat Texas A&M at home in overtime. That's a
That
better
was a
win
big win.
That's a better win than we would have thought because Texas A&M is better than we thought.
Yeah, Texas A&M ain't bad.
So that's the SEC. So
I gotta bring it up now. Why the fuck don't you think Duke's top 6? That's insane.
start off with the context. So Reags is tweet.
All right, so I think there are 9 teams I think that can win a title. 6 games in a row in March. It's in no order: Kentucky, Auburn, Gonzaga, Baylor, Kansas, Purdue, who I like struggle putting in there.
Which I don't even believe in them really that much right
They're
now.
just so good offensively that
Yeah.
I trust that. And then who am I
You
forgetting?
got Arizona in your tweet.
Arizona was
That
in
was
there.
it in your tweet. That's only
That
7.
was it, right? It was just
Yeah.
that was it. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I keep seeing Duke lose weird ways, and it's not like, the Keels injury was a factor for sure against Florida State. But like Ohio State, Miami, like, do they know that Paolo's their best player and he should have the ball?
No, they don't. They forget
Yeah, Marty
a lot.
keeps saying
Well, the
that.
problem is
And-
this is the problem. Wendell Moore Jr. is a problem because he was abysmal last year. Abysmal.
And then he got really good.
And then
to
he's
start the
just
year.
really good. Not really good now. He's good now. Where
He was really good to start the year.
Yeah, and he's been okay as of late, and he's like the junior, and he's like, oh, I could fucking take over. It's like, no, because like even Ohio State, the last shot of the game, Paolo took.
Yeah.
And I don't care. Like, sure, I'll lose with Paolo taking the shot, but
You should. Yeah.
that last possession, Florida State, it's like you got to give it to him. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it is in that aspect, it is crazy. But the X factor for Duke is AJ Griffin. It's a fact.
I was gonna say the fact that they are at least like took K long enough to realize like he should be starting
Yeah,
and be like a focal point.
because he could
But
fucking shoot too, man.
He's a good size. Because that's the thing, Duke can't shoot outside of like who do you trust shooting threes for them outside of AJ Griffin?
Nobody.
Right, like
Joey Baker.
Duke can't defend you.
I mean, the
Like,
fact
Yesterday, you
that
could trust everybody.
yesterday they shot
14
they shot
threes
so many
against
threes, but
Yeah,
But AJ Griffin's the only one I do trust, and like Paolo, I'll just trust whatever the fuck he does. Like,
but he's not even like a great 3-point shooter.
No, he's not.
Like,
And who's disappointing to me is Roach. I thought Roach was going to be able to shoot more threes.
He's another
he
problem.
Doesn't fucking do it. He's not even really a point guard, honestly. But
so
I think they can win the championship. You don't think so, really?
so they were the first team I cut out. I would say that was the first, like, if I was like the next, like, add one.
Is that
to
only
the
because they're
next one
Duke
down.
and you're a Kentucky guy?
No, like, I just don't think they can win 6 in March. With this team, like, I don't trust their point guard.
Kentucky can win 6 in March. What do you mean? How Duke beat Kentucky? You know
The
that,
first
right?
game of the season, and I think that was Duke's. Like, I think we started to see Duke's peak because of what you said.
Dude,
Wendell Moore
Paolo
will never be better.
He didn't play the second half.
Right, but Wendell Moore will never be better. Trevor Keels, I don't think will ever be better than
What are you talking about?
Mark Williams will never be better than that.
Mark Williams was unbelievable yesterday. You got Ty Washington.
Count.
You got fucking you got Obi Toppin's fucking brother.
Not even the
Good
NIT.
for him. You got Toppin's brother. Duke's popped up because I said Obi Toppin.
Yeah.
I mean, Kentucky is you're losing LSU on the road. You're losing to fucking Auburn. Auburn's fine. LSU on the road. What are you doing?
You lost to Miami at home. Miami stinks.
Miami's not
Miami
that.
doesn't stink.
Miami doesn't stink. They're good.
They can't beat Florida State.
Almost. That was a fucking crazy game.
Yeah, that
regardless.
was. Yeah.
Well, I think
there's other things like Duke doesn't have do you trust a point guard for Duke?
Yeah.
Because you win with guards in March. You win with guards in March.
You know what? I'm going to rank Kentucky 47th. That's what I think.
Okay.
Kentucky's
Marty
47th.
Newell.
Yeah, Marty Newell. I like that. Has a good ring to it. See if that scumbag answered me yet.
And then, the other thing is I just don't trust Duke's defense. Like, they make so many, weird, simple mistakes.
They've been a lot better, though, with that this year. I just think that with Mark Williams, when they use him correctly, their offense is 10 times better. Because then sometimes they rely too much on just their guards, where it's like Paolo and fucking and Wendell Moore trying to shoot mid-range shots, and it's But once they've been lobbing it and getting Mark Williams going, their offense is fluent and him passing out. But
they just seem so inconsistent with that. They'll run it in the first half. Ohio State, they run that in the first half, run their normal stuff, and then in the second half it's okay, please just put your head down and get something for us.
There is some stretches of games though that you're holy fuck, this team's good. But then there's also other stretches holy Jesus Christ, how can they be this bad when I just saw how good they were?
Right. And weirdly, people always say about Gonzaga, where are they really gonna be challenged in the WCC? They play a lot of bad teams in the ACC this year.
Oh,
so it's gonna be weird watching them
brought
go
that
to
up.
March.
Also, the ACC, it's such a lock.
You think the Marty's? We've had this bet. We don't even have
Such a
stakes
lock.
for it, but I think the WCC, or was it more? Mine was over 2.5 teams in the WCC. So that's a lock.
Nah, it's not a lock.
Yeah. Yeah. 3 are getting in for sure. 4 probably.
Yes, they are.
3
Marty
BYU,
will
St.
never
Mary's,
admit
and
he's
Gonzaga
wrong.
are
No
getting
chance.
it.
Right.
No luck.
And then San Francisco should
3 are
too.
getting it for sure.
No
San
luck.
Francisco, they're gonna have
chance.
3 9 seeds or better, and then San Francisco is gonna be
Who they
10 or
playing,
11.
Reags? The Pacific? They're playing the School of the Blinds.
They're
Who
playing
else they
better than
playing?
Boston College and
Boston
Pittsburgh.
College has had a great win against Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech is
They all
struggling
stink.
too.
What Duke is
What, you
doing?
get to play Louisville?
Duke is doing this thing. Duke is making the ACC better. They really are. Miami,
Because you're the only
Florida
somewhat decent
State.
team there.
Florida State's getting in the tournament now. Watch.
Okay.
Florida State, UNC, Miami, Duke, Wake Forest.
In a perfect world, you're getting all 5. That's probably the ceiling.
Yeah, and they're gonna start having to play each other. Florida State still has to play Wake. If they get swept by Wake, is that great? Miami still has.
ACC might be better than everyone's saying. You know.
No, they're not.
I'm just
It's
saying.
not.
I'm just saying, guys.
Meanwhile,
you gotta throw it out
you still
there.
have Pittsburgh. You still have
Pittsburgh-
Louisville, who's terrible.
Pittsburgh's they're a fucking frisky team over there.
They're frisky.
Marty.
Only when they play Virginia.
Any loss outside of maybe at Notre Dame and at North Carolina for Duke the rest of the season would be considered a pretty bad loss.
Notre Dame's
Yeah, they're sneaky.
the Notre Dame's been playing a little better as of
Yeah,
late.
Notre Dame's fine. Carolina sucks.
Yeah.
They're all right.
They got
Virginia
smoked
sucks.
by Wake Forest.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's a tough place to play.
The mid 2000s.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. So let's.
I'm just looking at these. They're bad. That conference is bad.
Not worse than the WCC. I'll now. Then that's not even. It's not a debate.
what?
It's on par this year.
It's
BYU
close.
is not. Miami's better than BYU.
I don't think they are.
BYU's been
They
bad.
might be, but I don't think it's
BYU
an
was
automatic
ranked
yes.
Early, they've been losing to shitbag teams.
Miami.
BYU has lost 1 game since December 23rd. It was to Gonzaga.
Yeah, because they're playing schmucks. Tell me who they played.
They
Tell
have
me
a
who
win
they
against
played.
St. Mary's, which is a good win.
Wow.
Oregon is
San
now a
Diego
good win.
State, Oregon,
Wow.
at Utah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Missouri State.
Missouri State.
Missouri
they-
State
Missouri
just
State's
beat
a top
Loyola.
50 team.
Oh no!
Loyola is a ranked team, Marty. You don't know some things. You are a moron. You are a moron.
There we go. I got him. I did it.
He's been getting me to break. Marty Bush does not know a lot about college basketball, but we still love him.
I do, though. That's the thing. You just are a fucking. You guys are reporters every fucking day. You just love these fucking teams, bro. Missouri State. No one gives a fuck about Missouri State. No one gives a fuck about Missouri State. When we talk about these teams at WCC, San Francisco, who gives a fuck?
You look foolish right now.
No, because you just jerk off these fucking teams because you're announcing them in Vermont and fucking Sacred Heart. Who gives a fuck about these teams? No one does, because when's the last time a mid-major has won a fucking national championship?
So by that theory,
1990?
you should only tune into college basketball on Championship Monday.
No. What does that mean?
You don't enjoy the mid-major hoopla
because I
on the
gamble.
outside?
Yeah, but I don't care about it. No.
All right, then that's your personal preference. You're missing out on a lot.
I watch it because I gamble.
Okay, but I watch it for the enjoyment, and a lot of our listeners do too.
You can enjoy it, but you can't say that these teams are like relevant in any way.
That's ridiculous.
They're not.
There's a Final Four this decade with 2 mid-majors in it. That Final Four this decade.
Decade? We're doing 10 years now? Thank God it was 10. I didn't know if decade was 10 or not.
That's who we're arguing with, folks. That's who we're arguing with.
Yeah, we're arguing, but like I also do know what the fuck I'm talking about because like I did do my research. Auburn's not just a guess that I fucking picked them to win the SEC. That's not a guess.
That was a great pick.
I know, but that's the thing. Like I do know what I'm talking about in that sense. Do I watch all those fucking shitbag teams? No, I don't give a fuck.
San Francisco is not
They're an
a
okay
bag team.
They're an okay team.
They're a really good team.
Really good?
They're good. Like, they're good.
Oh, so put them in your top 10 then. Like you,
No, we're
you
not
guys
saying top
really good or good.
They're a top
Really?
30, 40 team. Out of
Really
358, that's really good.
Yeah, you're listening to one guy. Top 40
They can
team.
win a game in March, good. They can win an NCAA tournament game.
Wow. Well, now that's what you have to be good to get to the round of 32?
Capable.
If you're one of the 32 best teams in the country, that's pretty good.
What percentage is that? 32 out of
Here we go with the
358.
fucking math.
Yeah,
We're doing
math.
math. We're doing
That's
math on the
9%. You're a top 10% team. I'd say you're really good.
No.
Yes.
Not really good. Really good. Really good is that you have a chance to win the national championship. That's really good. Good is what you guys are talking about, and that's a fact.
No, I mean we'll agree to disagree.
Is that not? You don't agree with that? Really good means you can win a national championship.
If we're championship caliber, we're not saying San Francisco is championship caliber.
Yeah,
so they're good.
I think they can win a game in the NCAA tournament. Good.
Yeah.
So you guys like losers, pretty much. You like losers.
Reags, we need number 3 Duke. San Francisco's not gonna be a 14 seed, but like number 3 Duke and number 14 San Francisco.
Yes.
Something like that in San Francisco. The Dons just stick it to Marty.
Yeah, the San Francisco. Like, I'll be
You know
scared of
what
San
we need
Francisco.
is we need Rick Pitino Iona to beat Duke.
Yes.
That's the dream.
I told Marty the other day in the last show that Iona has a chance to be an at-large team if they run the table, which you agree with, right?
Let's see. Who are their like? They have the win over Alabama. They're
16-3.
Alabama to get good.
I think if they lost in the championship, they would get it.
But Alabama, like, is an okay win for them. Like,
Liberty win.
Not okay. It's really good for that, but like, they haven't shown anything that great. Alabama as of late.
If Iona is 28-3 and loses in the championship,
Well, I mean, see, this is what you just did.
No,
They're 16-3.
I said if they ran the table.
So they have to go win every single game. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's
They're
at-large.
favorite in every game.
That's an at-large resume.
1,000%. But they're not going to win. They're just not going
might.
to.
The
Duke
Mac-
might too. Duke might too.
They're favored by double digits in all but like 3 games.
Because they play dog shit teams in mid-major conference.
Yeah, the Mac's nothing special. I'm just saying.
I think.
Actually, right now there is a projection of Vermont as a 14 and Duke as a 3.
Oh my God.
That's the dream
Please.
scenario.
You think I'm scared of the Catamounts?
Please.
I was
Yeah,
a Vermont
please, me
mascot
too.
for 1 game.
Well, fucking.
Really? Yeah, Reags used to work there.
We
Yeah.
could
I
rest.
worked at Vermont.
We could fucking rest Paolo Keels and fucking
Please
Wendell
do.
Moore.
Ryan Davis will lead on the inside.
Yeah, well, I'll shit on his chest if they. I'll shit on my
And
own
John
chest.
Becker's a better coach than Coach Cat.
Obviously.
I would shit on my own chest. I would
If
find
Vermont
a way.
beat Duke in the first round,
I will wrap
Clip.
my legs around my
Clip.
head. I will go to your house. You go to my house.
I'm not going to your house to watch you do that.
Oh yeah.
I will wrap my
No,
legs
actually,
around
it
my
should
head.
be at his house. You don't want that shit.
That's true.
Yeah, that was
That's
good.
true.
That was nice of me.
Yeah, you're right. All right, so if Vermont matches up with Duke in the first round of the NCAA tournament and wins, Marty has to poop on himself.
Yeah, and then you have to say something bad about someone.
I've done that plenty of times.
No, you have not. Say what's one thing bad? Bad, like I'm saying, like that guy's dog shit.
I would never say that.
Exactly. So that's
In
what
that
the bet
tone.
He
is.
should have to. He should have to say that about the best mid-major who loses.
Marty's
first round.
nervous because he now wants a two-way bet on a game that he
Nervous.
favored by 15 by.
That's what a bet is. A bet you get. It's two. That's what a fucking gamble
Yeah,
is.
if you're so confident, you should take it one way.
Why? That's just not gambling. I gamble. I gotta get something happy out of it.
All right, we'll put it in the works.
Fucking with two mid-major lovers on this fucking show.
I just think I think there's a way to say if you can win a game in if you're good enough to win a game in the NCAA tournament, that's fine. That's good. It's not,
So you think Vermont should? If Vermont wins one game, they should hang a banner. We won one game in March.
They probably would.
Oh,
They
God.
probably will.
Yeah.
Oh, throw up.
They beat Syracuse.
I don't
want to
like
anyone
a team.
talks about.
I don't want
16
to like.
years later.
I don't want to like a team that I don't want that.
I mean, Vermont's never going to win a national title, so why not? What
National title,
else
of
are they
course.
gonna do?
And when I'm yelling about this, I like what the shitty teams when obviously everyone likes an upset and when this happens. But when you guys give them too much credit, and you know you do.
San Francisco.
You could be
Bro,
could
you
be
give
an
them.
ACC school.
He
and hang
gives
the
them
banner with
credit.
your final consensus ranking, like Florida State.
He gives them
we're not
credit
going to
too
make fun of
much.
Florida State for hanging banners.
No, last
Yeah, he
episode
did.
I
I made fun of very much because I fucking hate them too. But you give them too much credit where you're like, oh, it's not that bad of a win. It's not that bad of a loss. It's a bad loss or a bad win if you're fucking losing to Utah State.
Now, I will say I do hate come this time of the year and a month from now, when everyone's like, it's so unfair for mid-majors to get to the NCAA tournament. No, just win your league.
Yeah, your league's
Kentucky
not that
would much
good.
rather play. Would you rather play the MAAC where Iona is to get into the NCAA tournament if you're Kentucky, or if you're Iona and head and shoulders above everybody, just do that.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, I have an example. Gonzaga. They just keep winning that one because it's so fucking easy. If you
They're also that good.
They are that good, of course. That's obvious. But their conference has always been dog shit. They've never had to have a gauntlet. It's never like how Kentucky's oh Jesus Christ, we have to play Kansas, then fucking this and this in February too. Not when Gonzaga plays them in November.
Right.
This year, it's better conference.
So I do hate
Not
that,
that good.
but
of a
I do
conference.
It's better.
better this year.
Thank God. Pacifics. They got one. One guy's got two eyes on that team.
So do we all.
Hey. Yeah. Same as you have.
What do you mean?
We all got two eyes.
He said,
Everyone has two eyes.
Did you guys not get the joke, you fucking morons?
no, I
Because
didn't.
Pacific's blind. I say they're the Pacific of the blinds. You twat.
No, that went over my head. It went
Yeah,
over
because
I
I'm
didn't
too
head.
smart.
I didn't
That's
get that
why.
one.
I don't know.
I'm the smart one on this fucking thing.
Okay, well, if you're correct, I stand corrected. But yeah. Anyways, that was an interesting
Now
debate.
I'm hot.
In terms of interesting, we do the same debate every week on this show. Reags. It's just like
It's
you're
just
a new
variation
face, so
of
he
it.
has someone else to yell at.
That's actually
It's
really
the
funny.
same thing every time.
That's funny.
It's like could Alabama beat the worst team in the NFL? That's what the show is.
Oh,
turned
that's
into.
the worst. That's
Yeah.
the worst.
It's
No, they will never win.
But that's, just no.
It's the same thing. All right, let's get to the Big Ten. Awesome game Thursday night. Indiana 68, number 4 Purdue 65. The losing streak is over, right? This was one of the best rivalries in college basketball, and finally Indiana gets the job done. Archie Miller never beat Purdue. Mike Woodson comes in, does it on his first try.
Yeah, it's a great game. Purdue, they have more flaws than I thought. I really do. I've said this before. I just don't get them sometimes. Their defense is a little spotty, but sometimes when they can flip a game in 2 seconds though with that offense.
So it's weird. I was watching talking about them with somebody where during the game we're it's exactly what you said, where it's they get lackadaisical because they're so formulated. Painter has you run this offense.
Yes.
And if it's like when they just start going and like, especially when they just let Jaden Ivey cook, they're so much better. Like just give the ball to your best player instead of trying to feed it to like 7-4 monsters all the time. But their defense is terrible. Like their defense, what we talked about with like Duke and concerns with that, like the Purdue defense is tenfold worse.
Oh yeah.
It's just the fact their offenses.
But you are right though. On offense, they seem very calculated sometimes. Where it's like okay,
you pass here, you cut here, you do this, you do that.
Yeah, and then
we got to get the ball inside.
Edey's just sitting there waiting for it, and they're looking for him too much. Where it's like, I can almost guarantee you just give Ivy the ball and let him figure it out. Yeah, I think it'd be 10 times better.
They just need to go small at some point. Like they always obviously either have Williams or Zach Edey in the game. If they would just bench both of them for like 7 minutes, not even like 5 minutes, and just run a true like small ball line. Because like Caleb First is like 6'10". You could easily do it right and just be really good that way. Like they're still big. Like Ivy's big and long. Like they have all the size still. Just then you have two monsters.
But these teams preparing for Edey and Williams and like them like doing that, and all of a sudden you change it up where they're both out and they're fucking running the court. That could fuck up a lot of teams. I like that.
I made this comparison last show. Reags, I'll reiterate again. This Purdue team reminds me a lot of Iowa last year, right? They can put up 100, but the defense, if it lets up one game, we saw Iowa-Oregon, right, in the tournament. Oregon looked like the Globetrotters. Are we worried about that for Purdue in March?
100%. Now, the difference is Iowa's best player obviously being Luka, like Purdue's being a guard. Like I tend to trust when your best player is like you can just give him the ball and let him do whatever, as opposed to Luka had to get position, someone had to get him the ball, or you're not just bringing it up and then going like Jaden Ivey does. Give me same concerns, but I think Purdue's like floor is a little bit higher than last year's Iowa.
That's fair. Jaden Ivey, by the way, they did beat Northwestern by 20 today. Jaden Ivey out with a hip injury. Yeah. Hopefully it's nothing long term. Indiana. Have you guys seen the suit stat?
Yeah.
I did. I saw that.
14-0 when Mike Woodson wears a suit. And did he wear one today against Michigan?
I was saying, did he wear one today?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, then the suit stats are relevant because they were 0-4 with no suit. So this would be their first loss in a suit. It was still a pretty cool stat.
I mean, today was the easy. I had Michigan +4. You knew Michigan was going to win that game.
Letdown spot.
Prime letdown spot.
Yeah.
Prime letdown spot.
Michigan,
I don't know. Like, that's who Indiana is. Like, they're good enough to beat Purdue, but they're also not good enough to just, like, come right back and take care of business. Like, they're
right. No, yeah, they're good enough to get up for that big game, and like Trace Jackson Davis can get going. But I do love Millicat. I don't know why. I just love watching him play for some reason. But with today's game with Michigan, do you think there's a way they can really turn this around? Because they beat Maryland, obviously beat the shit out of them. Maryland sucks. At Indiana, it's a good win. That's their best win. But, like, do you think they have any chance of turning around? Because Dickinson also today was whapping threes.
He looked like back to his normal self.
It was
I think they could. Like, they have a favorable schedule coming up.
That's
they
what
have
I was
Northwestern, at Michigan State, Nebraska, at Purdue, at Penn State. So if you go, like, you can get 4 wins out of there. Like, they have a bunch of – they end the season with 3 games at home before going to Ohio State. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, and I also think Howard's a really good coach.
Yeah.
And you obviously have Dickinson. It's just a matter of
their guards fucking make some shots.
Their guards are weird because they've had such good guards the last few years. This year it's just kind of like
their resume. Their only, in my opinion, inexcusable loss is home against Minnesota. Home against Seton Hall.
No, that's fine.
It's fine. Arizona neutral. They got smoked in that game, but it's Arizona.
They got smoked at UNC.
At UNC, they got smoked, and then, or I guess at UCF is really bad too. At UCF, and then at Rutgers, at Illinois.
I mean,
so that's 2 losses. If they win that UCF and that Minnesota game, they're 11-5 instead of 9-7. That's a big difference.
Even if they just won one of them.
Yeah,
they just won one of them, and it's like, all right,
you
that's
gotta win that
fine.
Rutgers game. Rutgers ain't good either. I know it's hard to play at the rack, but still.
But no, Michigan has Northwestern at home. Should take care of business. If they can win at Michigan State on Saturday,
they're back.
They're back in the bubble conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're not even a bubble team yet, but If they can
because that could be a prime letdown spot for Michigan too, or for Michigan State. They play Illinois on Tuesday.
That's
if
right.
They beat Illinois. They turn around and get ready for that. Like I could see Michigan stealing that.
And that's a perfect segue to our next game from Friday night, the only big game Friday night. Number 14 Michigan State 86, number 8 Wisconsin 74. We've been talking about it for a while now. The Wisconsin just lay an egg game. Big Cat knew it was coming, and it happened here.
Yeah, because Wisconsin's not that good.
I'm kind of in the same boat. Like,
I mean, I had to admit they were good, but like they're just not an elite team. I don't know how else to put
it's just, and it just kind of showed. Like, obviously Tyler Waldman play, but like, if you can just contain Johnny Davis,
he wasn't that efficient in this game,
right? Like, which
he
sounds a lot easier said than
but...
done. But like, who does Wisconsin have that scares you outside of Johnny Davis?
Davison's veteran presence, if they get in the tournament, can do something. He's been
Chick.
playing well. He has been playing well.
Yeah, he'll do something
Don't make
stupid.
me you say I don't know anything. That's the fucking dumbest thing you've ever said.
That is veteran presence?
Who the fuck is scared of Brad Davidson?
He's been playing well.
No one in this country is scared of him. He's 86.
Only reason they're in that game. 6 of 10 from 3.
What's the matter?
And they still lost. Like,
no one's scared of him. He said, "Who else you scared?" Said his presence. He's a 5'8" man who is 64, and everyone knows what he is. Everyone knows his game.
It's also weird. He had like a historically worst 2-point shooting last year. He just couldn't make a layup.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm the same way. Like, yeah, Wisconsin broke out a lot of wins. They're better than what I thought, but I never thought they're like some ridiculously good team. Just Johnny Davis is awesome.
Right.
That's about it.
And I'll tell you what. They have a road game at Nebraska this week. Nebraska's been horrendous. They've lost 6 in a row, and 12 of their last 13 games, their only win is Kennesaw State. If they lose that game, I might be back on the boat with you guys.
You think Kennesaw State's a good win?
No.
No, that's good.
There's a difference between Kennesaw State.
I'm just asking. I had to ask a question. You know, I did ask.
Wow. Kennesaw State, I'm looking at their KenPom.
Oh, God.
4 of their 8 wins are versus non-D1 teams. Piedmont, Carver,
right.
Voorhees, and Toccoa Falls.
Have you seen Eastern Illinois?
No.
They have not one D1 win this year. They have just beaten the D2 teams, and they're one of the worst. They have not one starting player in double digits.
Yeah, 2 I've seen. Rockford and North Park are the 2 wins.
They haven't played a game under 10. I don't think they've never lost. They've lost 1 game by less than 10.
I know why they're bad.
Less than 10.
Their head coach's name is Marty.
I mean, to not have one of your players get 10 points a game is crazy.
That's like, it's a 40-minute game. Someone's got to be out there.
One person.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm looking at this. They have a guy shooting 19%.
Yeah, they're so fun to watch, dude. The first game, unders. Of course, I just started doing it, but they were 14-0 against the under, and then last game I did a video, and Murray State scored like 100 points.
91 to 51.
Yeah. For Michigan State, though, this is their most impressive win since Atlantis. I don't think anyone really had many expectations for them entering the season. Then they went to the championship in Atlantis, and people were like, okay, they beat Loyola. I know it's a mid-major. God forbid we talk about them. They beat UConn, and they get smoked by Baylor. And then they started getting on people's radars. They've had a pretty soft start to conference play, but this is a huge win.
That's the weird thing. Like, up until Friday, they didn't play anybody.
Except in Atlantis.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, they went like a month and a half without even playing anybody of note, where it's like all of a sudden you'd see that they were like down the bottom line. Like, oh, Michigan State's up. You're like, I didn't even know Michigan State was playing tonight. Yeah, I mean, like, I think they're fine. I could see them getting a little more love, especially if they beat Illinois. But I don't know, like, are they good? They're one of those teams I just have no feel on.
I mean, those are good wins. Loyola, UConn, and Wisconsin is a good resume.
They got a lot of appreciation with value, like, from those early wins, because UConn ended up being good, Loyola ended up being good, but like
Northwestern at home last week was stunning.
I'll tell you what, how happy are they that Imani Bates didn't go there?
Yeah, seriously. Did you see that? We posted on
the
Bench Mob.
The Instagram.
Yeah. Did you see it?
What Instagram?
I'm going to read it out.
Yeah, re-up. Dukes tweeted on our Instagram on Bench
So
Mob.
this was on a Instagram post from Tipton Edits, and Amoni said, "Stop fucking disrespecting me, dog." Someone said, "You'd be thriving at MSU if you came." Amoni said, "Ask Izzo why I didn't." Or he said, "Ask Izzo why."
Ooh.
I would love to ask
what that
Izzo why.
means.
Izzo
And then he responded something else like, "Money ain't coming in this way."
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then he just straight up deleted his Instagram.
Smart.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I don't know. Like, I mean, Michigan State's rosters, like, I like their roster.
And their depth. 10 guys
just
at
don't
least
think-
12 minutes played in that game.
I just don't think, like, Izzo knows what the hell he wants to do with his team yet, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because, like, Joey Hauser, it's been awful. And then he ends up, like hitting the game winner against, Minnesota?
Yeah.
And looks a little bit better. So it's like, okay, you start giving him more minutes and taking away from somebody else. I don't know. It's going to be an annoying Michigan State team because they are going to get hot at some point, whether it's the conference tournament or the NCAA tournament. And, like, we should see it coming. No one's going to see it coming, and they're going to end up winning, like, 3 games they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at Illinois, Tuesday night, they win that. People will be like, all right, they're for real. They lose. Okay, they haven't beaten anybody in conference. So that's something. Also, one thing I failed to mention in Indiana Purdue, the Rob Finney legacy game. That guy who predicted it,
Yeah.
Rob Finney, legend.
Calling out Rob Finney as, like, a bench player to hit the game-winning shot is just a ridiculous call.
Yeah, that's like betting on like the backup tight end to score the first touchdown of the game.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
no one's seeing that coming. Everyone's like, all right, it'll be Trace, it'll be Miller Kopp hitting a 3.
Right.
But yeah, Rob Finney. All right, let's get to our segments, Beating the Buzzer and Love Hate. But before we do that, we want to remind you that this podcast, the Barstool Bench Mob, is brought to you by Bare Bottom Clothing. Make getting dressed the easiest part of your day with Bare Bottom. They're made for comfort. Essentials make picking out your clothes a no-brainer. Try on any of their joggers, shorts, or tees, and you'll immediately understand why so many guys have made Bare Bottom a staple of their closet. Sold exclusively through their own site, you're going to get right to the source for premium threads without the premium price. For each item you purchase, a school lunch is donated to a child in need. Over 700,000 meals have already been donated. I walked into the office today. A bag of Bare Bottom was sitting on my desk. I'm very excited to open it and take it home. Marty, your closet's loaded with it too, right?
Yeah. Their joggers are fantastic. They're soft. Everything is so soft. Everyone always could tell how soft it is too. Comfortable to wear. You can wear it out, wear it to bed. It's one of the best. I fucking love. I've always said this. Guys like a versatile shirt.
Yeah.
If you can wear it to bed and you
Yep.
can just go to the club with it too, sounds good to me.
It's amazing. So
One
check
of those,
out.
like, you just,
Go
I
ahead.
would say the versatile, you can just grab it off the top of your, like,
Yeah.
dresser, and it's like, I'm just going to wear it around, and, like, you get the text, like, hey, drink it. You're like, all right, let me just slap on jeans. I'm good to go.
Ready to go.
That's the key. That's
Yep.
the key.
And that's Bare Bottom.
So we love Bare Bottom. Check out their latest styles at barebottomclothing.com/bench and get free shipping on your first purchase. That's barebottomclothing.com/bench. All right, so we'll start off with our love hate. So Reags doing this for the first time. If you want to start us off, basically one thing you love, one thing you hate about the sport. It can be a player, coach, storyline, team, conference, etc.
All right. I love that Wake Forest is becoming relevant again.
Yeah.
So I have a soft spot for Wake Forest. My old man went there. Like, seeing them just destroy UNC warmed my heart. Because, like, I like when teams like that are good. Like, they should be good. I want, like, the college basketball that I know, like, remember from the old days. So Wake actually being relevant, I love that. They need to bring back Tie-Dye Nation. I just, like, the mascot coming out on the motorcycle, like, that all needs to come back. So do that.
As Marty said, a tough place to play.
Yeah. Real tough.
Yeah,
Real
Lawrence
tough.
Are we going right to hate too? Love
Yeah,
and
go
hate?
ahead. Yeah.
All right. I debated where to go with hate. I can't shake it. I hate Villanova's throwback jerseys that they wore this weekend.
Okay.
When they wear, like, the gold jersey, they should lose every game. I hate it so much. Like, they have one of the best jerseys in sports. Just wear your regular baby blues.
Yes.
Let me ask you about them. What do you think about Villanova?
I think they are who they are. Like, if they can make a Final Four, I don't think they can win a title. I think
What do you think about that bench?
they need it. Like, they're freshmen. The fact that, like, Jay Wright hasn't figured out what to do with the freshmen, he's starting to a little bit. But
I mean,
and I was
even,
like, Antoine being hurt and everything, but
even against
they just
Georgetown, bro,
don't
that
have
was a slow. There was not a good. Like, they were neck and neck with them for a while there. And Georgetown's dog shit.
Yeah, it's like I also just think we always knew who Nova was. Like, Gillespie didn't get any better than like last year, right? Like we knew who he was. Same with like Jermaine Taylor. Guys have been there forever. So like I think their ceiling was kept kind of hard. Like I said, I think they can make a Final Four. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be surprised if they win a title though.
It is funny that everyone, even like television networks, fuck up his name. They say Connor. They put Connor on it again.
It's hard not to.
And I sometimes say it too. I talk to him and it's like it's Colin, but he looks like a Connor.
Yeah.
And the Giants player who hit the fucking homer against the Mets in the World Wild Card.
You go.
Okay. What I love is Army Navy giving us a classic in basketball. Yeah. Army 74, Navy 73 in overtime. A 27-point deficit. They trailed 38-11 with 2 minutes left before halftime. Tied for the 6th largest comeback in D1 men's basketball history. So when you think Army Navy, don't think of the football game. This game was crazy.
And Navy was like a heavy favorite. Like Navy's dominates the Patriot League. Like they should win the Patriot League. That was the fact that not only they came back, but the fact that it was Army coming back is even more ridiculous.
Yeah. And then what I hate is Penny Hardaway's freak out at the media. This came earlier this week. We haven't touched on it on the show yet.
I hate you so much.
Marty, here, I thought of the other side of the bet. If Duke plays Vermont, Duke beats Vermont, I will impersonate this quote.
Say it.
Stop asking me stupid effing questions about if I feel like I can do something. If I had my roster like they did, then I feel like I can do whatever I want to do. So I'll say that with cursing.
I am such on his side on this. It's crazy.
Oh
no!
Yes. How
and
how
then
do
he went
you
on to say,
no, because all you fucking reporters, Jake, go, oh, how did it feel in the moment? Oh, it fucking sucked. What do you want him to say? You don't agree with that? How did it feel?
Questions are stupid.
I hate when people say how does it feel?
No, I agree with that.
Because it's like, bro,
tell me about the shot. No, those are stupid. But Penny's like, I was like on Penny's side for a long time. He'll never get their like due respect of being like a decent coach because you just get the top recruits, whatever. He's terrible. Like, it's not his. Like, it is his fault they don't have a point guard. It is his fault that like Imani Bates isn't developing. It is his fault that they lose to all these shitty teams.
He's saying, we have 4 freshmen starting. Y'all need to act like it. Act like we have 17 and 18-year-olds trying to learn how to play against 22, 23, 24-year-old guys. Stop disrespecting me, bro. I don't do that. I work way too effing hard. Coach K and Coach Cal coach 17 and 18-year-olds every year, and they win national championships.
We literally start 3 18-year-olds.
So you can't say, oh, these guys are too young. You guys back off.
No, that's just but you know what that is. It's just I agree with you with that. That's a stupid thing to say, but he's just upset that so many people had him pretty much written into the Final Four already, and they're not going to make the tournament.
He's never made the tournament in his entire career. Like, it's bad. Like, and it's guess what? Like when they had everyone healthy, they lost to Georgia, they lost to Ole Miss, they lost to Tulane, they lost to Murray State. Like, they're just not good. And it's it is on him. Like, he developed the roster.
He's the one. Yeah, he's like, okay, you 17, 18-year-old, you come here and play for me. So why are you using that as an excuse now? Who they get again?
Who's the old fuck?
Larry Brown?
Yeah, Larry Brown. Like, everyone's like, oh, Larry Brown's on. It's like, bro, he's 70 years old. These 17-year-olds don't know who Larry Brown is.
They're like, oh, the Pistons? Like
who the fuck is this? Yeah, who's grandpa telling me what to do? It's like, I don't care who you are.
Okay, we'll look at Rashid's YouTube video.
Rashid, I can understand. I love Rashid.
He's not even on the bench anymore.
Yeah,
he's not an assistant coach anymore.
He's out.
He's out. 10 games in.
I mean, it's crazy. So it's a dumpster fire. Marty.
I love Auburn.
You bastard.
I do. For no reason, Reags. It's for no reason. But you know what? Auburn fans are fucking crazy. Like, I tweeted.
You're telling me.
I know.
I'll show you my messages.
I didn't realize it, but like my tweet, when I tweeted at what's his name, the fucking nerd.
Jesse Newell.
Yeah, and even just because I've always talked about them, every one of them had the same emoji in their thing too, that tree thing.
Oh, they come after you. The Twitter mob for Auburn,
bro,
crazy.
They're on they love me because I'm the only one tweeting about it, and I love Auburn, man. They are fucking nuts on Twitter.
They did not understand that I was like being sarcastic about them, about actually scheduling a game between Auburn and Kentucky, like unsanctioned.
Is that your blog?
Yeah.
Because, bro, I got that blog DM'd me 6,000 times. I was like, bro,
because I was just like, it sucked. Like,
I saw the headline. I didn't even read the blog because I just don't read, honestly. But I saw that your headline. I'm like, he's joking. It's like, obviously, if you don't see that. But that's just how funny the internet is.
You would have thought I punted their dog across the gym in front of them. The way like they were responding to me, like they're tweeting at Dave, like, "How's this guy employed?" I'm like, bro, because you can't tell a joke.
I'm doing double love.
Okay.
I'm doing double love. I think it was the Georgetown game. The fucking dog, man, that goes in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Doesn't Butler do a similar thing?
Butler does the same thing, but he always has his time. That dog in the car, man, you put any animal doing something that a human could do, I'll watch it for hours. I mean, I
and he's
cried.
got the little sweater on and everything.
Yeah, bro, I cried when George the monkey died. You know George the monkey on TikTok? He was opening presents and shit. He died because he's got a surgery on his teeth, and they fucked him up. The doctor, it was very upsetting. But he just opened packages. Bro, I watched that shit for hours.
I love when they show like when Butler's on the road and they bring the mascot to like Georgetown.
Yes.
And they just have like the two dogs have a day like just running around.
Beautiful day.
I know. I'm like, actually, like, show that one, especially during a blowout. Like, I don't want to watch Butler play basketball.
Yeah. Butler, by the way, they lost by 7 today to Providence. Providence back on track. They had the COVID pause. 2 games at home victories. So Ed Cooley doing a good job there.
Chiefs, baby.
14-7 Chiefs as we're recording this Sunday night. All right, so let's wrap up the show. Beating the buzzer. Again, we'll go from Thursday to Sunday. And, all right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Starting off Thursday, Morehead State 83, Belmont 74. Janai Broom balls out for the Eagles, 17-18. Marty loves that we're starting off with mid-majors. But our friend of the program, Preston Spradlin, Reags, we don't have to include Marty in this conversation. That's a big this is a big upset in the OVC.
Yeah, well, it is, but Morehead, reigning champions.
Yep.
Preston Spradlin, a Kentucky guy, a Calipari guy. Should not be surprised by that. Now, hopefully, I would be upset if Jamari Broom decides to transfer next year to Kentucky.
Yeah. I remember
transfer.
Last year, Rico was like, he told Coach Spradlin, he's like, Johnny Broom, but then I'm like, no, it's Janai.
Yeah,
Janai.
like, oh. How did you feel about Coach Calipari kidnapping his kids last year at Christmas?
He does what's best for his kids. I have full faith in him.
You guys blindly defending Coach K and Cal over anything is the funniest thing.
It is funny though. The funny thing with Rico, because he hates Coach Cal, but we interviewed Brad Calipari, and he was just nice and cool. He's totally around on. He said that Coach Cal's gonna be the comeback coach of the year, most improved coach or something, because they were the worst. And I'm like, you are. He is the most viable human being in the world.
He is. Rico will text me and he'll just be like, shit. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be about something Calipari related or something.
Yeah. Another mid-major game of note, Friday, Toledo 87, Ohio 69. Yeah. This was shocking in the MAC. I still like Jeff Bowles and company to win the conference. What about you?
Same. Mark Sears is really good. He had 8 turnovers that game. He was awful against Toledo. But, I mean, Jeff Bowles is awesome. I love OU. Mark Sears, he might be one of the – if he's not the best mid-major guard, he's one of the best mid-major guards. He's good. He's similar where Jason Preston. He could win a game.
I was going to say, Preston was unbelievable for them last year. Got them the win, and then,
I know this is brought up a lot, but, why don't you think these mid-majors play Tuesday at 2 o'clock?
They should. We talked about it. Rothstein's always preaching it.
The biggest thing is because their biggest money comes from fans who go to the games.
They need TV deals and shit.
Yeah,
can't they get a TV deal?
You would think if they could, if CBS, what's CBS Sports Network showing during that time?
Exactly, right? And just so many people are going to
play bull riding.
So many people are going to watch at 2 o'clock.
So it's I think that what they should do is do MAC football, a team commits to one of those this season.
Yeah, I mean MAC football is a not ever talked about. Ever if they don't play on Tuesday and
Wednesday. They're playing Saturday at 3, right?
No one cares, yeah.
Exactly.
No, we would love it. All right. Friday, Maryland 81, number 17, Illinois 65. I think an asterisk on both sides. Kofi Coburn out with a concussion, right?
Yeah, so that was almost my hate section. This week was just the week of injuries.
Yeah.
Keels, Ivy, Ty, Kofi, like 4 of the 25 biggest names in the sport.
Yeah.
Sucks. Like, yeah, whatever. I don't like Maryland. I'm not going to give them credit for winning that game.
Illinois is also just nothing without Kofi.
No, they look lost without him.
They're nothing without him.
Yeah, that's a tough
I got to
one,
shout
but
out
they
a
got
team.
smoked.
Marquette.
Yes.
I have to shout them out. Bro,
Yeah.
First of all, I don't understand how Reags, you're bald at the moment. How do you go from being bald to an afro to like an actually good haircut?
I need to figure that out.
I don't like his haircut. I saw today.
Shaka on.
His haircut's
are
good.
DMs open? I might shoot him a DM.
Like, hey, buddy.
How did you do it?
It's crazy. I saw it today, but he's got a fade with like pretty good curls on top. How does that fucking work?
The best is like at VCU, he had the buzz cut. Then he was completely bald, and now he's this.
But Marquette, bro, like I keep writing them off like, oh, that whatever, win. But like, dude, beating Seton Hall, beating Villanova, and then beating Xavier's a and crazy 3 wins.
Yeah, they seem like, you know what Marquette seems like is the perfect team to win the Big East tournament, because MSG is always crazy for those 3 days, and then they have to play like in Buffalo at noon on a Thursday and lose to like an 11 seed.
Yep,
like that kind of seems like Marquette.
Well, that's what like Georgetown last year, right? They had they were riding high and they got smoked in the first round by who? Colorado.
Yeah.
12-5
yes,
game.
I totally forgot
5-12.
Georgetown won the fucking Big East last year. That guy should have been fired so long ago.
He just got himself.
Yeah, it was like them and Oregon State. Everyone's like, what the hell are we going to do with these 2 teams in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah. Moving on to, we can cluster these Big 12 games because nothing too crazy happened compared to last week. Texas Tech over West Virginia, Baylor over Oklahoma, Kansas sneaks by Kansas State. A little bit of a something story. Bill Self's dad passed a few days ago, and they got the win in honor of him. He had a nice locker room speech.
Yes, that is a something.
Anything stick out though for the Big 12 this weekend? I feel
Dude,
like
I've told you, I keep telling you, Texas Tech is a fucking really deep and really good team. They are a team you need to watch out for.
There's just not a bad team in the Big 12. Like Iowa State lost to
TCU. Yeah.
By like 15. Iowa State might finish last in the Big 12, and they're like a top 40, top 5 team in the country.
Right. Like
there's just not a bad team in that league.
There's 10 teams in the conference. Obviously, Oklahoma State can't make it. All other 9 teams can all make it.
For sure, yeah.
Like TCU, Iowa State, Kansas State is fine. Like Kansas State has a win over Texas Tech and Texas. Like all 9 we're in the last week of January, and every single team in that conference who's legally eligible can still make the tournament.
Definitely the best conference.
Yeah, top to bottom.
Yeah, by far. There's just not a bad team.
Yeah, so Baylor back on the right track. Texas Tech once again.
You think SEC or Big Ten second?
SEC.
I do too. I think Big Ten's 3.
Yeah. We talked about Villanova, Georgetown. Marty, we talked about Duke, but they smoked my alma mater. Not a half credit alma mater, a 4-year alma mater.
Duke did try to assault Teddy Valentine.
Yes, and they were complaining.
Why wouldn't you complain? Hey, Teddy,
it's part of the court. It's the rules.
Hey, Teddy,
make a better pass.
Get the fuck off the court, Teddy.
Teddy Valentine's dome.
You bald fuck. Get out of there and go on the side. That should have been a turnaround.
He was on the sidelines. He was out of bounds.
He shouldn't have been out. Oh, he was out of bounds. His foot was in bounds.
You should let people know when you're turning on the shtick switch. That's what we should call it.
I
the
usually
shtick switch.
I usually do tell you when I'm gonna, and then people are still like, "Oh, what an idiot!" I'm like, I can't fucking.
That's what we're calling it. The shtick switch.
The fact that it was Teddy Valentine.
Yeah.
The fact that it was Teddy Valentine was perfect.
Yeah.
Of all the refs to get drilled in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also in the Big 12, Texas holds off Oklahoma State. They needed that one badly. 4 guys, double figures.
Texas. I tweeted.
We talked about it.
Bro. I was so high on them. So high.
I took a -8 the other day on Saturday.
I thought that was the easiest thing in the world. It obviously it's not. But like when Carr was there and Beard's coming, and it's like they just have not meshed at all. You can see the talent, but they're just not meshing together, which is infuriating to watch.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
In our debate earlier, we talked about Loyola Chicago, Missouri State, but Missouri State did beat him by 10, and I want to shout out Isaiah Mosley. He dropped 40 on them. We're talking about a ranked team, Marty.
Loyola Chicago. We're talking about a team that can steal this. Like, if Loyola doesn't win the MVC tournament, the tournament, you can talk about like another team being left out because they're going to get in regardless, probably.
Right.
Is that old bag still alive?
Yeah, I can't stand her.
Jesus Christ.
She just hijacks the spotlight from the
Yeah,
kids.
charges $250 on Cameo.
$250.
Yeah,
Is that what she charges?
yeah, but she gives it back to the church. She's keeping that in pocket and getting a new fucking wheelchair.
Listen, we went to those Sunday basket churches where on Good Friday, like that $250 is going elsewhere.
Yeah, she ain't Venmoing the church. I can tell you that.
Oh my god. Wake Forest 98, UNC 96. The panic button on North Carolina. Wake is 1-5 out of 6.
The thing is,
I don't know.
I actually, weirdly enough, talked about this with Jeff Goodman the other day.
You did?
Yeah, I was talking to him
What did you
about
talk to Jeff Goodman?
on Twitter.
DMing with him?
Yeah.
Good for you.
He respects my opinion. Yeah, thank you. But we were on Spaces too. But I asked him, I was like, with the ACC and like if UNC is on the bubble, right? And one of these, like, say WCC teams or whatever,
San Francisco.
but like, no joke, they're gonna take UNC over them.
Yeah, that's what happened with Syracuse.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
like, I'm not panicking on UNC, especially how down the ACC is. They're gonna kind of run through some of those teams. I don't think they're good. I don't think that they're gonna fucking make a run in the tournament, but I think they'll be fine to make the tournament.
They weirdly need Michigan to keep being like winning games.
Yeah, for that quality win.
If because then they can like have that quality win
Yep.
in the non-conference, and then if they steal like a home game against Duke,
Mm-hmm.
or they have Florida State at home, they win one of those two, and Michigan keeps winning. Then yeah, I could see everyone being like, well, like they're one of the last 4 teams in.
Yep.
And I'm just going to say something this is purposely just to piss Marty off. They could use Furman winning the SoCon because they beat Furman.
Yeah. Shout out Jalen Slauson.
That like actually, it's crazy how it infuriates.
No, but you do know that would help their chances of getting in.
I don't have to mansplain me how it works.
For mid-majors, I feel
to
like
get
I do.
in, but it's just like
Top 75 Furman. Top 80 Furman.
Yeah, 80 when I was doing 80s.
80 out of 350, 358, top 20%.
I fucking lose
Close
my
to
mind.
it. Pac-12, it's a 3-bid league. There's really no other chance. I mean, these Colorado and Utah had a chance to make a statement. UCLA and USC both beat them, though.
So who's your third?
Arizona,
14 league.
2 of them.
I think Oregon.
And Oregon potentially.
That's what I was gonna say. Oregon winning those
Yeah.
UCLA and fucking.
Okay, maybe Oregon. I stand
Yeah.
corrected. But UCLA and USC, we talk about conference road games. They took care of business here. Missed opportunity.
Are you a believer in UCLA?
No, I called them the biggest frauds in October going into the season.
We had the same takes.
Except mid-majors.
Except mid-majors.
Except mid-majors.
I mean,
And Duke,
UCLA.
Kentucky.
I think.
UCLA, I am so far off. Like I don't even care about them.
I mean, like I get it because if you see them if you see a team make a Final Four, lose in like heartbreaking fashion, bring everybody back, everyone's like, oh, that's a top 5 team. It's like, well, no, they like got hot for literally 4 games.
They almost lost to Michigan State in the play-in game.
They should have.
They should have.
They should have
It's
lost
like,
every single game
but bro,
up until Gonzaga.
this whole Corona shit where people could come back for 8 years
I know.
now. It's like the same Bonnie thing. It's like, oh my God, they have their starting 5 back. Well, their starting 5 is okay. Like that doesn't mean that they're just going to be good again.
What made me laugh is Purdue did the same exact thing, right? Like they brought everybody back, but they lost to North Texas in the first round.
Right.
So everyone had Purdue like 9th in the preseason and UCLA 3rd.
Yep.
It's like, what is the difference from last year besides 3 games in March?
No, and Purdue's just always that like sexy team in March, and they lose in around 32.
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't trust UCLA when their offense is just hope Johnny Uzang.
He had 23 in this game over Colorado. So, Seton Hall 66, St. John's 60.
Must win game.
No Bryce Aiken.
Yeah.
St. John's. Talk about a team. He came in with all these pieces. They just haven't meshed. They've lost 4 or 5.
They stink.
That's a team that had all the hype in the preseason.
Yeah.
Sleeper team in the Big East. No,
Yeah.
I think Marty had them. Or
second
you had
one.
Mike
You
Anderson,
keep
coach of
saying
the year. You had
this.
Mike Anderson.
Sure, but I had Seton Hall as my
Yes.
team to win the Big East, which is still
Seton
not
Hall's
crazy.
weird too.
Yeah, they've been Corona banged up. I think Aiken's really good.
They need Aiken back
Yeah.
because he's the one guy.
No,
He's
I
the
know.
one guard that can
Yeah.
like.
That's what I'm
just
saying,
go.
like-
He's always hurt, though.
He's over, but Kale
is.
needs to fucking figure it out. Which I think he
Roden
played well.
needs to figure it out.
Kale played well the last game. I'm pretty sure.
Kale at 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even like their big non-conference wins were Michigan and Texas. So we talk about as like two of the most disappointing teams in the country now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I did a poll. Michigan, the most disappointing team. Michigan, Texas.
So you had Alabama in there?
Alabama. Rico texted me. He's like, "Are you kidding me?" And then there was one other team. Who was it? Crap. Michigan, Texas, Alabama, and
I'm trying to think like who else would be there.
Oh, Memphis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
four
it's
of them.
Memphis.
So
Actually, it's Texas. It's still Texas.
yeah, so those are the four.
Fuck Texas.
Alabama can maybe go on a run. Michigan, hey, maybe I reverse jinx all of those teams. They all won this week,
That would be
right? So yeah, that's that. Florida State 61, Miami 60, 26-point lead for the Seminoles. Best week of the season. They managed to complete it. Sole possession of first place in the ACC. Dave was courtside.
Yeah, that was a crazy fucking game, dude.
Yeah.
That was like when I
Both
saw
games
it
they played
early,
against Miami.
Yeah, when I saw it early, I was like, I turned it off fast, and I actually turned it back on when Dave said down 6. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And then it was a crazy ending. But yeah, again,
You need both of them to make
Florida
get in,
State
Marty.
winning that is huge for the ACC. Huge.
The fact that I don't know if it was good or not that they swept Miami.
True.
Because
Right.
like on one hand, like it helped one team, but if they like split, is everyone just kind of like, yeah, like whatever, like they're fine.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. A few more here. We talked about Notre Dame briefly. They beat Louisville by 12. They're 12-6. Blake
Louisville
Wesley
stinks.
dropped 22. They have the win against Kentucky. Duke next Monday in South Bend. If they can win that, you might have to take one for the team once again for the ACC.
They ain't gonna win.
That would be like top tier bid collusion if Duke just kind of threw that game a little bit and let
That'd be so.
because like
fucking
Kay
funny.
and Bray are boys, like let him kind of get a little.
Let him get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost to Miami. They lost to Florida State. They lost to Notre Dame. They lost all three, and that's the reason all three of those teams get in. Duke still gets a 1 or a 2 seed.
It'd be amazing.
Hey. Two more. Big upset. Marty Mute in the WAC. Sam Houston State beats New Mexico State by 25. The Bearcats are 7-1 in the conference. They also beat Grand Canyon this weekend.
I mean, yeah, I didn't watch any of that game. But
I didn't watch it either.
Why
It's
the
just
fuck
it's
would you
more
watch
of note.
it, Reags? Oh, wow. You both just proved my
I'm
point.
sure-
Why the fuck would you watch it?
I'm shocked though. Like Mexico State and Grand Canyon are always just like the
Right.
two teams out there that are good.
Yeah.
And that's the league. The WAC got what?
Tarleton?
Stephen F. Austin in there. Not did they get Stephen F. Austin in there this year?
Did you just say
Yeah.
Tarleton?
Yes, they've
Yeah,
seen
Billy
it.
You
Gillespie's.
said Tarleton?
Tarleton State?
I
Tarleton
understand.
State.
You just said Tarleton on this podcast.
So?
Tarleton we're going to talk about?
Oh.
Billy Gillespie, man.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Okay. Stick switch.
No, that's not a stick switch. Not one podcast should ever talk about Tarleton ever in their lives. Am I wrong?
I disagree. I
What
think
if-
they're going to be like the next Stephen F. Austin in that conference.
That's a bold statement. You could
Ooh,
be
that's
right.
a bold call.
I think that's
Flip it.
yeah.
Oh, man, I thought
Okay.
I added one guy on my side. He's a fucking asshole,
Dude,
too.
I'm the
No
biggest
one's on
mid-major
your
guy.
side.
Yeah, I know.
You
but
like playing the
Dave-
villain, though.
No, I don't play. He's a fan of a mid-major. That's why.
A10's not a mid-major conference.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
It's not a high major.
It's not a high major. It's not a mid-major.
So
though.
what's below
It's
high?
like group of five. It's like the AAC.
So they're low. They're the low.
AAC,
yeah.
Mid-major.
Mountain
yeah.
West. Yeah. And then lastly,
Yeah.
the Must Bus. We talked about it, but it's a good way to end. 4 in a row. He's got his sling. Could be the lucky sling.
I was just about to ask that. Did surgery like fix Arkansas?
Missed.
It may have. It very well may have.
Yeah, no, I would just keep wearing it. No, even if it's completely healed, you got to keep wearing it.
Yeah.
It's like the Richard Hamilton mask.
Yes.
Like how
Yes.
he just wore it for his entire career. I don't hate that move.
Right.
Bus
I
is
wouldn't
crazy
either.
enough to do it.
Yeah. Oh, also, it's probably leave a bitter taste in people's mouths that we're ending with it, but the 42-37 Boise State San Diego State game.
Wow.
Just what are we
That's
doing?
impressive.
Yeah.
37, you should win. Like they lost, they should win. Because that's hard to do. 37 points.
Imagine
in
if I
40
said
minutes?
a team scored 42 points, be like, oh, they lost by 40.
Yeah.
They won by 5.
by 2 possessions.
Yeah.
So
do you think how many you could finish? Because this is a dumb question. It has nothing to do with anything.
no, that it was just to show that it's the first time in the last 3 years. It's not surprising. A team scoring 42 points or fewer has won a game.
Do you think you could score 40 points in a women's college basketball game?
At like now or like at when my like peak athletic basketball playing career?
Both.
Like when I was like a senior in high school and playing.
Both.
Like competitively. 40? I don't know if 40 is tough. Like,
yeah, I don't think I can. I'm not going to
feel
be
like
like
you
a hardo fucking.
No, you would just even run out of time.
Yeah, it's just even though I'm just saying, even if I took every shot, I don't think I'd score 40.
Yeah, 40 is a lot.
That's
like,
a lot of points.
Definitely not now. At my like when I was playing like high school basketball and competitive basketball, I don't think I'd get 40. No, I don't think so.
That's too hard.
No,
40's a lot.
I know.
20's a lot.
20's not a lot.
If you score 20 points in a college basketball game,
I could score 20.
in
I could score 20 in a UConn game.
I don't know. I don't
I
think
feel
so.
confident saying at my peak I would have scored 20. Yeah, couple threes, couple free throws. All you need is then.
If they're relying on you to be the scorer, like if you're the guy.
I hope.
But think if you just.
I'm literally the guy.
If you hit 3 threes and you get to the line, you get 4 free throws. Like all you need is a couple layups, then you're there.
I don't know.
All right.
You warmed up with Arkansas. seems rattled there.
Well, that was Arkansas.
That's it.
Yeah. But no, those ladies are talented. I think Paige Becker should be back soon for UConn.
Sure. I think so. She
busted.
She what? Busted knee? Is that what she did?
Hold on.
I did see the one girl today set a record with 61 points.
That's why I
like
brought it up.
Kansas State or something. Yeah.
That's why I brought it up
She didn't play
because
last night.
someone was
No,
like,
in December it's an
I could
8-week
score
recovery.
61.
So
I was
not
like,
yet.
no chance.
No,
Yeah.
61's a lot of points.
61's crazy. Yeah. So Reags, thanks for joining us. This was fun.
Appreciate it. Yep.
I finally called Marty a moron. It was building
I
up.
called you a moron too.
Yeah.
Tall, too.
It took. I'm just glad I got to throw out Missouri State for the reason that Jake lost his mind.
I mean, it's fucking outrageous what I have to deal with. You know, it's not it's just me. What I have to deal with. All right.
What do you have to deal with?
I mean, this nonsense we talk about it. Sometimes I'm like, we're breaking down this game. These guys stink.
They beat a ranked team. Should be talked about.
Yeah. You talk about ACC basketball.
Yeah, it's their 5-bid league.
Only if there's bid collusion. Only if Duke just starts throwing games. Which then
If they're a 5-bid league, Duke's gonna have some bad losses coming up.
No, I don't
And
think
then I
so.
want an investigation.
I don't think
I want
so.
an investigation then.
They're all. It's like
Trying to thread the needle here.
No, I'm not threading the needle. Honestly, you know what, the ACC, it's like the Big Ten. They just keep beating up on each other. You know, it's tough. They beat each other to the ground, and I mean, you got BC coming up now. Yep. All right, that's the show.
All right, thanks, Reags. We'll hopefully have another guest on Thursday. Big Cat will be back, but hopefully another player or coach coming on. So thanks, Reags. We'll hope to have you on again soon.
No problem, guys. Appreciate it.
See you, Reags.